Hi everyone, this is the HHD Incubator. Uh, this is the capacity of 96 eggs incubator, and currently I've got about 96 quail eggs added to the incubator. They're about close to or over 10 days right now in the incubator. So this is the humidity level, and we have the temperature level and the days as well as the turner timer. The humidity level is normally set to a maximum of 75 by default by when you buy this particular incubator. Temperature can be manually set by clicking on the settings button, and you can set the temperature. You can either up the temperature, down the temperature, but this temperature is set at 37.5 degrees Celsius, which is close to about 99 degrees Fahrenheit or close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere close there. This is the turner. Turner is set that every 2 hours the turner will rotate from right to left and left to right. So currently right now I've removed off the date and settings out here so that the dates doesn't show up, but apparently I've made a note of the dates on a calendar. So this is how the turner work. The simple is that this is a very simple machine, having a capacity of, like I said earlier, 96 eggs. You get a bigger version of this also, which got a higher capacity. Now the quail eggs are actually placed. It's got a fan on top of it. You can see here there's a fan here, and on the bottom level there's also a fan on the bottom level. You might be able to see it. Yeah, you can see there's a fan there at the bottom level. The eggs are placed in the incubator, arranged. Temperature has been set, humidity has been controlled. When the humidity level drops down, I normally pour in some hot water using a syringe into the bottom layer of this, and then thereby increasing the humidity level of the machine. It's advisory that the humidity level remains between 60 to 75 and 75 to 80. I normally keep the humidity level at 75, around 75, but by default the humidity level of this machine is being default set to 75. So, and that should be the apt way of hatching. Well, keep in mind that the eggs, when you're putting the eggs in the hatching, this is again, I'm talking about quail eggs, the pointed edge of the quail egg has to be faced downwards, and you can see here, and the top edge is facing upwards. That's how it has to be placed in the incubator. It's always good to keep clean eggs. You should always keep your clean eggs in the incubator, apparently. So if there's any kind of dirt on it, just try and clean off the dirt. Do not have the eggs put in water and for washing. Do not do that. It will definitely lower down the hatching rates. You can actually just use a cloth or maybe something rough to slowly, gently clean the dirt on the eggs. And it's always good to select your eggs so that most of the eggs are of the same shape. And again, I'm currently experimenting on various shapes of eggs to see how the eggs are hatching. So I have certain big eggs, normal size. I have certain small ones, some big ones, and I've also tried putting a double egg, an egg which has got 2 yolks in it. So basically the bigger size, just to see how it will hatch. But definitely there's no guarantee of that hatching properly. So, but just an experiment level I'm doing so. Now, so I'm going to be removing this eggs from the turner exactly on the 14th day. So the 15th day morning itself, I will be removing the eggs from the turner and placing it on the tray which is at the bottom here. That's this bottom tray here. You can see there's a small call of a plastic material on here at the bottom. I'll put all the eggs there and remove all the turners away. These are the turners. I'll remove the turners away, and I will leave it on for a locking period of about 3 days. But apparently I've seen that the day when I put it on the turner, that day after a couple of about towards the night, it starts hatching, and the previous day I will have most of my eggs hatched. Hatching rate varies. Again, you cannot say you'll get an excellent hatching rate. Sometimes you do get, sometimes you don't get, but again it all depends on the quality of the eggs and how you put it. But I would say that whenever you're running a machine like this, you should always start the machine 3 or 4 days before, or maximum 5 days before, so that the temperature gets adjusted. Ensure that the machine is cleaned properly and it's out of any kind of you have to completely disinfect the machine. So put some heat in water using Dettol and clean it up completely. And also the eggs, you need to, what I normally do, I use the mouth gargle kind of thing, or the tooth cleaner kind of thing, like a gargle, and pour in some water and spray it on top of the eggs and leave it there. Eggs, when I take in, I put under room temperature. I arrange the eggs on a tray, leave it there for a day, and then put it into the hatching. I leave all the eggs there for a day. So it's always advisable that do not put the eggs more than 6 days old. So I normally have my eggs in here the 5th day. All my eggs are in the incubator, and I start off the incubator, have the incubator running by that time. So that's more of my HHD egg incubator. I'll be coming back to you in another couple of days by the 28th of this month, with showing you about how I remove the incubator, how I remove the turner from the incubator, and how I place it on the ground level. So do subscribe to my channel. Thank you everyone.